Hey, pre-notification gang. Hey. Teardown? What's that? I don't think I've heard of Teardown before. Maybe I have. Oh, I've seen this. Is this out? Oh. I can see one faulted. In the resub perk. Teardown's pretty fun. Yeah, it seems like a pretty cool game. Play Weed Shop? Maybe. Thanks to the resub, isn't that Sweet and Logie? Resub Kiro. Did you see they made a Titanic horror movie? They've made like a million Titanic kind of movies. I'm not surprised. Haven't seen it though. Thanks to the resub. Daloon and Pluto. Yeah, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard verdict might be tomorrow. There's the resub spider. They give sub Trent. And the tier 1 Lostest. Yeah, there's no Winnie the Pooh horror movie trailer yet though. Thanks resub Bradford. Nah, verdict's tomorrow. Today's Memorial Day, right? Thanks to the Prime Puff. And resub Cool Fly. It was legit. What? The Winnie the Pooh horror movie? Yeah. There's just no trailer. There's a tier 1 Laughing Cloud. You've been watching the Star Wars celebration? Yes, sir. Glup Shitto. So fucking awesome. I love Glup Shitto. Thanks to Raid Caleb. Hope you had a fun stream. Thanks to resub Eward. Who's your favorite Star Wars? Who's your favorite Star Wars character and why is it Babu Frick? It's Glup Shitto. And it's not even close. Thanks to resub Goddess. And the resub Lapis. And the resub Abyss. Yeah, I heard Master Duel's getting botted pretty heavily. Thanks to resub Sloth. No, I didn't see any of that, Boyman. Thanks to the gift sub Lostest. And the resub Preston. See the deal with Pyrocynical and Twitch? I got the gist of it on Twitter. I didn't watch the video on it though. Thanks a gift sub Immers and the resub Nutria. And the resub Viral. The resub Coyote. And Bejin? No, I'm not playing V Rising. I don't think I'd like V Rising. Thanks a Prime Shin and gift sub Immers. And the 2 gift subs J. Thanks to the Prime Brett. Yep, no plans. We'll figure it out. I don't think I feel like playing Weed Shop, though. It's just so grindy. Fun game. Too grindy, though, in the start. Thanks to resub guard. And the resub Gizmo. What was your favorite moment of the new Stranger Things season? I won't get into spoilers, but it's the end of episode 4. Thanks to resub Velkaz, Pumpko, and the Prime Jesus. And the resub Shadow. I know all about Jeremy DeWitt. Thanks to resub Carter and Chase. I have seen plenty on him. He's a tier 1 Tricycle King. And the Prime Relly. And tier 1 Penguins and Bits Kiko and Lostest. Will you do a moist meter for Stranger Things Season 4? Yeah, I did. I posted it earlier today. This resub Shadow and the 5 gift subs Lawborg. Thank you, man. And the resub Denzel. You gonna watch the PlayStation State of Play? When is it? Let me see. Let's take a peek. I don't know what I'm agreeing to. I'm not gonna bother. June 2022. June 2nd, 4 p.m. EST. Oh, wait, no, that's 5 p.m. Or, that's 6 p.m. EST. Yeah, we can watch it. Thanks to resub Ivan and Dane and Vic and Flock and Tier 1 Consumer. And the Bits Kiko. And the resub Thalia. And the resub Ouroboros. And the Bits Monokey. And tier 1 Mars. And Prime Crayon. Yep, I know they announced the Jedi Survivor. I haven't seen it though. I know there's a trailer for it, but it's apparently just like a couple of CGI scenes. Thanks to resub Minox, Will, Mofu, and gift sub Boop. And the resub Rain. Yeah, Star Wars has announced 9 new games over the next year, and 12 new movies and shows. It's crazy. There's the resub Hazu and the Bits Alex. Any news on that pastor? Did he go to jail or get fired? He stepped down, but he didn't go to jail yet. Thanks to resub Homnix. There's the resub page. The resub Wolfstorm. Yeah, I saw someone threw a cake at the Mona Lisa. Not like interesting story, kind of boring video though. Because they only get the aftermath, obviously. But yeah, the guy went in disguise and threw a cake at the Mona Lisa. Which is like interesting, I guess. But it was supposed to somehow be a protest for climate change, which makes no fucking sense. Oh, holy shit, Top Hat. Jesus Christ, man, thank you. Thank you for the 12k bits. Holy lord, hope you're doing well, man. Thanks for your sub, Cinesol, and Paige. And Jennifer. Where was the security? I don't know. There's a giant bulletproof, water-resistant piece of glass in front of the Mona Lisa, though, so it's not like he damaged it. But yeah, it was somehow a climate change protest. I don't really know what the Mona Lisa has to do with that, but yeah. These are resub top lane, Chronix, Hypnotic, Warp, and gift sub Lostest. These are the resub logs. And the Bits Empire. Yeah, the Mona Lisa is just not a really cool piece of art. I agree. But I also wouldn't really throw a cake at it either. Seems like a waste. Da Vinci made way cooler shit than the Mona Lisa. Yeah, it's fucking crazy, the stuff that he actually made. He had like an early concept for like a computer from what I remember. Granted, not as like thorough as the one the Greeks had that never got popular, but he had some like general idea of like a computation device. It was really cool. Thanks to resub Sinclair. The Bits of Bungie. Yeah, I think I'm familiar. The Bits Nick. He also had an idea for NFTs. Yeah, he actually came up with the blockchain. Thanks to the resub back. How did they get the cake in though? So it seems like it was a really small cake. If I had to guess, it was like the size of a fucking cupcake, so they probably just had it on their lap and covered it with their shirt or something. It wasn't like a full birthday cake, I don't think. Thanks to the resub Moses. In Phil. Have you heard of the anime called Study the Case of Vanitas? Yep, Tiana watched it. It's that one with like vampires that love each other, right? And then kill each other. Thanks to the resub. Niners rule in the prime landslide. You summarized it awfully. It's not really a summary. It's just the concept of it, right? It's a group of vampires that all love each other somehow. And then like there's a scene in the church where one of them decapitates the other. Because she went crazy or some shit. I'm not summarizing it at all. I don't know anything about it other than it's vampires, and it was really goofy when I saw Tiana watching it. Everything I saw from it. Thanks to the resub bunny. Yeah, Kit Boga's great. I've been a huge fan for a while. That was fun. Thanks for resub, Joe Mac. Heard anything on the Team SMG situation? No, let's take a peek. Oh, what do you know? Still radio silence. I can't believe it. What did they do again? They're the esports org that fired the player because his mom had cancer and they were worried it was affecting or worried it would affect his play. So they fired him. Exit Prime Plastic. And the bits whizzle. And the resub Andy and Falafel. Hope you're doing well, Andy. And the resub Billy. You see the Brendan Schaub drama? Is he in drama again? What do you do? What's his new shit? Brendan Schaub is that guy who tried to sue a YouTuber who made jokes about him. He's a really shitty comedian. He's the Prime J and the gift sub Danzu. And the 3 gift subs Undead. And the resub Sleepy. Comedian equal friend of Joe Rogan. He has his own comedy special on Netflix and it's abominable. It's criminal. Thanks for resub Dictionary. Do I enjoy Olive Garden? Olive Garden slaps. I actually really like Olive Garden. I know most of it's just heated up in the microwave, but doesn't change the fact that I like it. Thanks the Prime Freako. And the resub Tony. And the gift sub Sleepy. His new one, he just released a new one? No! I had no idea! The Gringo Pappy. Oh my god. I have to watch it. Thank you. I had no idea. I didn't know he came out with a new one this year. That's exciting. Yeah, 1.1 out of 10 sounds about right. Thank you. I did not know he had a new one. This is going to be big. It's 25 minutes. Wait, what? His last comedy special was like an actual full special, wasn't it? Wasn't it like an hour? This one's 25 minutes. Could he only remember 3 jokes? That's kind of crazy, okay. Did he get booed off stage? I don't know. How is it 25 minutes? Thanks for the resub. Regular. Looks self-produced. Well, I'm sure it is. He's not really a comedian. He's literally just Joe Rogan's friend. That's his whole claim to fame. He had a mediocre MMA career, and his comedy is awful. He has like 4 podcasts, and all 4 of them people watch just to make fun of him. Like his own subreddit for the fighter and the kid is just them pretending that they're PF Chang workers making fun of Brendan Schaub. It's like, it's terrible. Well, not the subreddit. Brendan Schaub. They call each other fry cooks. Thanks to the resub linguistic. Thanks to the resub KJ. And the bits undead. Is there any more Prison Break episodes? Oh, you're talking about from way back in the day? No. That was a short series. Thanks to resub Tristan and Soul. The special is not on Netflix. He uploaded it to YouTube. Oh, what? Okay. Hey, I mean, that's fine too. Oh, it's even worse than his last one. Come on. How is... Come on. 25 minutes, you couldn't, like, hone in on some high-quality material? He had his fans bump the score and flood 10 stars. Did he? I don't think he has any, like, unironic fans. Like I said, his entire community just makes fun of him. It's amazing. Yeah, let's see what the user reviews say. This is from his last special, not his new one. Let me see if there's, like, any 10 stars anywhere. Warm, moist turd with a touch of steam. What a glowing review. Like paying for Showtime but getting the public access channel. Are you sure he had his fans flood this with 10 stars? Because I'm not seeing it. Thanks to the resub Blue, Krillin, and the bits Aubrey. We're gonna stay here till we find something that's not a 1 star. Holy shit. Here we go, there's a 2 star. Watched it while I was stoned, and I gotta say it was a terrible experience. So he hated it, but gave it 2 stars, which happens to be the highest review so far. There's gotta be someone out there that liked it. Like, even Amy Schumer has fans. What's even more scathing is you can absolutely tell all of these, well, at least a good portion of these reviews, are people that have no idea who Brendan Schaub is and just happen to see this on their Netflix and were so offended by how bad it was they left a review. It's not even people that just dislike Brendan Schaub. It's people that were just so outright insulted by how bad it is. Thanks to Tier 1 Aubrey and the Prime Wukong, Kudo, and the resub Cheese and Zerka. And the bits 18 and resub Formidable. And the resub Work. And the Prime Alab. Yeah, I know Apator. Oh wait, there was a 2 star there, wasn't there? Yeah, Steaming Pile. This is probably the most 1 stars I've ever seen on anything on IMDb. Thanks to the resub Amity, Pizza, and the Prime Infinite. Watch it. I've seen enough clips of this one. I've seen most of it. This is the one where he goes, dicey, dicey, like 6 times. My god, holy lord. Not a single person even accidentally found something to like about this? Holy shit. Review bombed? I don't know, it doesn't really seem like it. These are all from different dates. Like this, if this is a review bomb, it's not very coordinated. Like we've got October, December, May. Well, actually, there's quite a few in May, but they're all different dates in May. June. I mean, it is really bad. Like, again, I didn't watch all of it, but everything I've seen, it's really bad. Man, this guy was even a fan and gave it a 1 star. Nice. Well, that didn't work. Sort by high. Oh, can you sort by highest? I've never actually done that. Prolific reviewer. Let's sort by review rating. 10 out of 10. Okay, so there's a few. These seem sarcastic. Thanks to the bits, Tori and Void. I know what Remnant from Ashes is. I streamed that whole game when it came out. Thanks to resub Shira. Thoughts on the new Kenobi series? I don't think it's bad. 2 shitty chase scenes that are really goofy, but other than that, it's fine. Ewan McGregor's really carrying it just because he's a really good Obi-Wan. But it's not bad. A little slow. We're only 2 episodes in. Thanks to Prime Splash. Read some of the jokes, they're awful. Do they have them on this page for some reason? Controversy erupted at the time of release. Potential viewers were offered a 50% discount on cannabis. Wait, what? He bribed people to leave a good review? Is this real? This is fucking crazy. He bribed people to leave a good review and still ended with a 1.5. Nice. Thanks to the resub piece of toast. I'm really excited for the new one that he posted. God damn. Oh yeah, I saw Bo Burnham release the outtakes on his channel. I'm gonna watch them later. You watch it do a moist meter? What, on Brendan Schaub or the Bo Burnham outtakes? Probably won't do it for either. No, you have to look up the Brendan Schaub jokes. This shit is wacky. Well, like, what do you mean look them up? Are they on this page? I can't believe someone would actually transcribe one of his specials. Like, I don't think that's possible. What is this? I don't know this one. Classic Brendan Schaub, though, 1.7. Brendan Schaub is the #1 repeat guest on Rogan. He's been on like 80-something times. So he got his career through suckling on Rogan's giant nipples, and then he made his own podcast and got like a little following, but then everyone just started making fun of him, so he just became a bit of a clown. Started his own comedy special, which, as we just saw, wasn't well received, and he's been coasting ever since. These are the Subzephyrus in Spook, in the Prime Ceronius. Brendan Schaub is accusing Tiger Belly of pedo involvement. Who's Tiger Belly? This is Bobby Lee's podcast? I remember they had beef because we... my god, Brendan Schaub's been such a fucking idiot. I remember like a month ago we learned about the Brendan Schaub versus Bobby Lee's wife. Because she was telling a story about some dumb idiot in a giant truck who tried hitting on her. And Brendan Schaub immediately recognized himself in that story, so got defensive and outed himself as the person in the story, even though she didn't name him or even describe him. He just immediately recognized himself in it and outed himself. And it was a big problem for him. Thanks to the bits, Kaz, and the resub Rake, and the Prime Hodge. And the resub Trash Panda. Yeah, we watched the clip on YouTube. It's really not an interesting clip. Like, all she did was tell a story, like a pretty standard story. Like, she was like, yeah, there was this stupid dumb asshole who tried hitting on me in a parking lot with his giant truck or something. And then Brendan Schaub lashed out at her, even though she never mentioned him or anything, didn't describe him, nothing. And Brendan Schaub hits her with the dicey. Can't be talking about me like that. And he's hated them ever since, I guess. Did she... Okay, here, I'll just pull up the clip. It's literally like a 20-second story. It is quite literally like 20 seconds. What's Bobby Lee's wife's name? I'm not super familiar with Bobby Lee and his podcast, so... Who was it? It was Kayla? Okay. Yeah, it'll probably just come up with this now. All the H3 podcast highlights. Where is it? Is this it? This might be it.
Have talked about...
There's a YouTuber talking about it. I just want to see the clip. It's literally like a short 20, 30-second story she tells that never even names him. And I guess now he's trying to sue them? Someone tell me what video it's in and I'll skip to it. Thanks for your sub, Bun, Yule, Nico, and the gift sub number 62. On her podcast. Which one's the official podcast upload? I know it's not this, because this is the guy that's also being sued by Brendan Schaub. Oh, on Tiger Belly? But this is new. This is before the story. Because she told the story months ago. Thanks to the resub Akuna. And the gift sub Yule. Didn't she say his initial? I don't think so. Again, it's been a little while, but I don't think she said anything like that ever. She just told like a pretty standard story. Just like a quick, like silly one. Thanks to the resub TJ. Trash Tuesday podcast. This is all new. Where is the initial story? Thanks to the resub positive vibes and movie music. The resub stick boy. Did Brendan get it deleted? I don't know. Is it like all of these are just like full podcasts talking about it? I imagine they might use a clip in there, but I don't want to just scrub through long podcasts looking for it. Because the story is literally like 20 seconds. Thanks to resub long haul. Why do we care? Oh, we were just talking about Brendan Schaub because he has a new special that has a 1.1, which is even worse than his other one. So we were just making fun of Brendan Schaub. And then apparently he's suing Tiger Belly because of that story she told, making him look like an idiot. Even though she never mentioned him, he just came out and said, yeah, that's me and I look stupid, so I'm suing. That's not why he's suing? Why is he suing then? Okay, how about this? Why don't I look it up? Brendan Schaub, Tiger Belly lawsuit. Let's try that. Because it all started with that story, right? Let's see. Thanks to the resub. Nesposer, Jake, Riot, and Long Haul. Oh, I forgot. Everyone calls him Bappa. Thanks to the resub Syncly. Let me see if that's accurate. I swear to God. I'm be upset. This is a Rickroll. I have to go manually here. Oh, here it is. Yeah, this. I think this is the clip. Let's see.
Family, and at the mall, and I felt so guilty.
What mall was it?
Century City.
Yeah.
But it was just like I felt like my face was like hot when I met, and it wasn't like I've done nothing. I've only rejected this person's advances.
Yeah.
I've never like
doesn't even name the guy.
else. I just know from the way he talks to me that he talks to everyone else like this.
Yeah.
And it was just so, I mean, I was just bright red. I mean, I pulled it off. I made some joke about, you got a rich guy.
But that's what I'm
Congrats.
saying. It's like that secondhand like embarrassment or that secondhand guilt that shouldn't
Yeah.
be guilt,
Sub-Zero.
but it's there because you just happen to be like the object of their like, you know what I mean?
Right, but then it's like the
They do say initials when? Is it before or after this timestamp? It's literally like just a 20-second story she tells about being uncomfortable around some guy with his truck. I don't remember them saying initials at all. Oh, they said the initials 2 episodes later. Oh, okay. Well, I wouldn't have seen that.
trouble you'd be in if you were the person that like pulled them aside and were like, hey.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that would just.
And it never, you always are the one that gets fucked when you do that. You never, ever, ever help
Yeah.
this. That's, oh, the girl will like call you a liar or whatever. You know, it's just like.
You get the idea. It's not the most descriptive story. It's not even like that bad for him. But he immediately outed himself as the person in this story. And that's where it all started. Why does it matter, though? I don't know. He's the one suing them. How am I supposed to fucking know? He's suing a YouTuber that made jokes about him, and he's suing her for saying he tried to flirt with her or something. I don't recall the whole thing now. Thanks for resub Mazery, Info, and Golden Waffle. You sure they said these initials and weren't just I don't know. Again, that was later into the lore. I only saw the initial clip, the Patient Zero, where it was her just telling a story, and the only thing she described is a truck that I recall. According to chat, the initials came later, so. She says BJ, not BS. Okay, I guess. I don't know. I didn't see it. All I know is now apparently he is suing them. All I care about is just making fun of him and watching the special. That's it. He's just like a fun little punching bag and also makes incredibly awful comedy. Thanks to the resub, Hunch and the Bit Scuffed. Yeah, we were just talking about the Mona Lisa vandalizing story. It's just not a whole lot to it. Didn't accomplish anything. And there's no good video of it. A little big hard shell. But pretty standard overall. Just like a teensy tiny bit bigger. Thanks, Risa Blue. Who gives a fuck, really? Well, I mean, I don't care. I think it's just entertaining. I did care when he's... Well, I do care that he's suing a YouTuber who made jokes about him. That one I care about. That's some real pussy-ass shit. But yeah, other than that, I don't really care what he's doing. That YouTuber sucks, though. Yeah, that guy that he's suing isn't exactly a saint or anything. Doesn't mean that he should be sued for his jokes. It's defamation. How is just calling him a shitty comedian defamation? If he wants to go that route, he needs to immediately sue IMDb. Every single piece of content he's ever made has a 1 or a 1.7 at the highest. This is his highest rated production. This defames him more than anything. I was just kidding. Oh, I was being sarcastic. Oh. Oh, gotcha. It's hard to tell, man. Thanks the resub Pop Mint. Who's Roy Nelson? UFC fighter? Oh, you want me to see his lowlights? I already watched his lowlights. That's the one... Is Roy Nelson the one that knocks him out so hard he starts fighting ghosts? He starts like moving around on the ground like he's fighting in a dream. He's the prime apathy. Have you watched the... Yeah. I saw Bungie. I watched it live. That character's fucking gross. Thanks to the resub, Ozzy. Artifact is back thanks to Morbius. Yeah, I saw the Morb heads keep running Morbius 24/7 streams. Thanks to tier 1 free. It's been big. Andrew was watching it earlier today. Why do I hear a baby? It's Tiana watching Jane the Virgin. Is the Prime cursed? Yeah, no, the morb heads are too strong. Yep, we watched all of Hotashi last night. He had a great run. Happy Chaos is a silly character. But he did great. Have you seen the Monkey King show? Mm-mm. Is that another one of those Sun Wukong CGI ones? Thanks to resub Woomy. It's actually a 2D animation and really good. Nice. No, it's the first I've heard of it. There'll actually be one more season of Stranger Things after this? Yeah. I thought it was just a spin-off, but yeah, you're right. It was a season 5. I was wrong. These are some Stargazer and Hardshell and Cookie. No plan tonight. We're just going through whatever's happening in the world right now. Looking at some goofy shit. Like Brendan Schaub. They're beating Stranger Things to death at this point. Man, what are you talking about? Stranger Things Season 3 was like 3 years ago. It's not like they're pumping out Stranger Things. It's just they broke it up into 2 parts. Which, again, I'm not a fan of. I think if they had just done weekly or like 2 episodes a week, it would have been much better. I will never understand people that defend the binge model unless you're just completely isolated from everyone and don't like talking about it. There's just nothing to enjoy about the binge model. I just don't like it. It was cool in the beginning, now it's shitty. There's a reason why every other streaming service that isn't Netflix is breaking away from it. Is it Prime studied? Yep, binge old TV shows only. Yes, sir. Is it Prime Wheeze? Binge is great for old shows, terrible for new ones. Is the resub Lord of Mountains? Talking about a TV show doesn't make it better? The fuck are you talking about, man? It makes it more fun. You don't talk to your friends about shit? Come up with like what's gonna happen next, talk about the episode you just watched? That's like half of the enjoyment of watching things. Is the resub Weed? And the resub Holden? Why are people mad about this take? I think most people have opened their eyes and seen how much more fun weekly releases are with things like Arcane doing 3 a week and how much more engaging that was across like all social media and in friend groups. Better Call Saul weekly releases, every episode had people talking to each other about it. I think people are finally starting to realize Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, I can go on and on. It's just much better for socialization. The only people that still defend binge model are the people that still like go wild on Netflix, just brainwashed. Thanks to the resub Pollock and the bits scuffed. Haven't heard of that one before, scuffed. Is it Goofy Mac or is it a Cool House? JoJo isn't weekly and now it's dying. Well, to be fair, Netflix like purposely killed JoJo's part 6, excuse me. They dumped 12 episodes and then have left it festering for 8 months without the second half. Like, that'd kill anything. There's the resub Cosby and Skeeb. Netflix is just dying as a whole. Well, they're definitely out of their growth period. And they've also fired like 2 full departments. They fired their like in-house animation studio or department or whatever. Inexplicably, as if it's their fault. The animations have been like the only thing that have been kind of popping for Netflix, but they fired that whole department. And they fired they fired like a whole nother department that I'm blanking on the name. It was a pretty hyped one too, but I don't think they ever actually made something for them. But they like put a lot of resources into it and then like shut it down. Thanks for resub Starkey. And the resub Shadow. I didn't think they got rid of all animation, just some. No, they just completely released their animation department. Yep. They got rid of the entire animation wing of Netflix. They'll still have animations go to Netflix, but they'll no longer ever have any, like, in-house. Rip Big Mouth. Oh my god, wait. Is Big Mouth Netflix animation that does it for him? No. Unlucky. That would be such a silver lining. What's wrong with Big Mouth? Never seen it. Just don't. It's fucking unbearable. I've ranted about that show plenty. I won't do it again. I'll just sum it up by saying it's fucking awful. Oh yeah, true. Also, Netflix did just raise those prices not long ago, and then immediately fired the animation team. People aren't accepting this new price hike, and they're leaving. It must be the animation department's fault. Thanks to the resub Cahoots. And thanks to the resub Cardboard and Tug. Thanks to the resub Tree Branch. I will say one thing that Netflix has that I haven't seen from any other services, and maybe I'm just too fucking stupid to find it, but at least Netflix lets me watch in 2x speed. There's some old shows that I like to watch, but I also want to get through some of the bad ones, like bad episodes, so I watch in 2x speed, and that's nice. Thanks to resub Phoenix. Yeah. Isn't it only 1.5? No, they had. I'm pretty sure it was 2x speed, right? They have 2 and 1.5. Doesn't that sound awful? No, that's not. I mean, it's obviously not great, but it's not bad. Thanks to give some Mastro. Is resub dick. Why not just skip? That sounds bad. It's really nice to be able to watch in like accelerated speed when you're catching up on a show or like refreshing your memory on a show or something from back in the day. Like, it's nice. Get through the filler, still get all of the important stuff. Is resub Texas. Just watch a recap. Bro, the recaps just aren't good. I don't know how many of you have tried watching recaps for a show that you like maybe came back after a while. The recaps miss like everything. They like harp on unimportant shit and miss all the big stuff. There's the Prime, Tons, no longer human, and Nathan. Is the resub animated? Arcane's incredible. Have you heard of this show from? Nope. Matt Smith was the best doctor. Bro, what in the fuck what are you talking about? I don't know what that means. Doctor Who? Oh Lord. Yeah, I never liked Doctor Who. I watched it a little bit. That is just not a show that's for me. I think the resub fries and goat. Hey Muda, hope you're doing well, man. Doctor Who fans mauling. Dude, is there Doctor Who fans left? All I ever see from the Doctor Who community on Twitter is whining. Incessant, non-stop fucking whining. I do not like Doctor Who. The episodes I've seen, I didn't like it. And from everything I see on Twitter, like, no one likes it anymore. I don't know. Someone just brought it up, Muda. I don't know why the fuck Doctor Who got brought up, but I think that shit is trash. I do not like it. Is it just the new stuff that's bad? I saw... Hold on. Tell me if this is new or old, but I saw this clip going viral. It was, oh my god, it was like right out of Supergirl. It was, I'm guessing Doctor Who, like having an argument with like an alien-looking guy pretty recently. If anyone knows what I'm talking about from that really vague description. I don't even know how I'd fucking find that. That happens a lot. Is that not descriptive? It looks like this Supergirl scene. I don't even know how to type this in. Surely this will come up with this though. Or how about this Supergirl bad CGI fight? This. Oh, that's... Hey, let's go. I'm the first one there. Where's just like the clip? Here, I think it may be here.
Wait, what?
No, this is just a rant about it. I just want to see the short clip. Oh, yeah, here it is.
When the ones you love turn their back on you, that's pain. But you'll see when you suffer the way you made me suffer. You can't touch me without hurting yourself.
Like actual Power Rangers stuff. And I saw like something very similar for Doctor Who recently.
You came prepared.
You can't intercept any of us now.
Don't be so sure.
Agent Blake?
Keep in mind, this is a promo for Supergirl. This is supposed to get you hyped to watch it.
John, now!
God, it's so fucking good.
Cinda!
Hey, bye Piccolo. But yeah, I saw something just like this for Doctor Who going kind of big on Twitter. So does anyone know what I'm talking about? The Doctor Who Sea Devil sword fight is what you're thinking of. Nice. That's probably it. He's the Prime Titan. Have you seen the theater footage of Morbius vs. Venom? God, it's so good. Yeah, Jackson thought it was real. And I love those videos, Tori, from the behind the scenes of Flash. So good. I can't believe the CW superhero shows lasted so long. You're telling me, man. I know, it's crazy. Quick text message, hold on. Alright, not back. What's the best shitty horror game that you've played? The best shitty horror game? They're all pretty bad. I don't really know which one would be like. I don't know. I have to really think about it. Yeah, maybe Granny, because Granny at least had like speedrunning and shit, so I really enjoyed it. So I'd probably say Granny. That's a good answer. Thanks to the resub Bear and Backpedal. Has the CW come out with literally anything good? Hey, put some respect on Riverdale, swine. Riverdale goes hard. Riverdale is wild. Yeah, it's like a beautifully awful show. I'm pretty sure well, I don't think he does anymore. Kaya watched pretty much everything up to season 6. And Kaya and I used to watch it sometimes and make fun of it. It's just a really good bad show. Thanks, Resub Mystic. Riverdale was cancelled. Man, what a bad day for anyone with good taste. I loved Vampire Diaries and Originals. Didn't see Originals, but I actually did watch Vampire Diaries. It's just a really generic show. It actually wasn't, like, insultingly bad or anything. It's just really generic. Which I guess for some people is fine for, like, idle noise in the background or something. Thanks to the tier 1 Achilles. Let's look this up. The Doctor defeats the Absur Baloff. No, I'm not even gonna look that up. No shot. You ever watch any of Supernatural? I watched a little bit of it. It's not bad. It really wasn't. That show was fine. That's probably the best thing CW's ever made. Though, actually, I vaguely remember an episode where they were talking about jailbait. Does anyone remember that episode? Because I remember when that came on, I was like, wow, that's kind of a weird conversation to be having. They were talking... I don't remember what it was about, but they were talking about, like, some girl that was, like kidnapped or something. They're like... Hey, no, she's underage. It's jailbait. What's jailbait? It's a girl that looks older, and you go to jail for like, doing stuff or something. It was so weird. Thanks to 2 gift subs, Achilles, and the Prime Micro. That was an early episode? Well, it must have been. It had to have been. They were talking about it because of our jailbait. I remember that episode. I don't think they referenced Reddit. This was during the time where Reddit's front page actually had jailbait. That was a real subreddit that always made it to r/all. So that's probably why it came to like the writer's attention. He's a resub prophet. It's from season 3. What was the context? Actually, I bet if I just looked up... Well, I'm not looking up supernatural jailbait. Never mind. Just tell me what the context is. What was it? Why were they talking about jailbait again? This is the bits of Bungie and George. Dean literally tries to fuck Daphne in the Scooby-Doo crossover. You don't remember that? No, I'm not doing that at Bungie. It's too embarrassing. It's pretty much what you said. Was that actually what it was? A girl got like kidnapped and they were talking about jailbait because of it or something? I think the resub Oipa. Top Gun was confusing. That's the first less than stellar review I've heard of it. How is it confusing? Isn't it just like all about action and getting fucking wild? Going crazy? They're arguing about how to deal with a monster, and Sam wanted to go get the girl, and Dean made a jailbait joke. Not that bad. I remember being like a conversation they had, because he asked, like, what is jailbait? Didn't they have back and forth about it? It's been 6 or 7 years since I've seen it, so it's definitely been a while, but I vaguely remember that because I was really weirded out about it. There's a Prime Samoa and the gift sub number. There's the resub JWaz. Oh, so he made the joke, Sam didn't get it, so he explained it. No, maybe that was it. Into the multiverse? What about it? I thought it was fine. There's the resubtitle. Yeah, we're not going to do the new tub video tonight. No plans yet, but just shooting the shit right now. And then we'll switch to something. Not tonight. There's the resub Marky. You hear about how in Dr. Disrespect's tournament on Twitch, the contestants were not allowed to bring him up? How did that go? It seemed like it would have been a pretty fun tournament. Was it fun? I guess it's a little, I don't want to use the word dicey because of Brennan Schaub, but because Dr. Disrespect is banned, they can't actually, like, see him or talk about him, I don't think. So that probably made things complicated. Thanks, the resub Tempest. I thought he got unbanned. I thought so too, but I still don't think you're allowed to play with him or anything. I couldn't tell you. But I know he hosted a tournament recently, and it seemed like a pretty cool idea for a tournament. But I know they put out like a giant press release on how you're supposed to do it as a Twitch streamer with Dr. Disrespect, because it's like potential toss. Thanks for resub Yoshi and Sleepy. Thanks the resub Cat Lover and Jax. And 2 gift subs Achilles. Can't believe we still don't know why he was banned. About to find out. Here we go, let's Google it. Damn, no new info. He's a tier 1. Arilan? Lol, you def know? I absolutely know. It was a contract dispute. 100%. There's nothing else it can be. It's just, it's probably that simple. Thanks to resub Migzim. He got sacked during the time where Mixer was still poaching talent, and he must have like tried to work a better deal from Twitch leveraging Mixer or something. I don't know. But it's definitely going to be something like that. Thanks to tier 1 Risu. Mixer was such a weird time, wasn't it? That was a wild era. Didn't he get banned days after Mixer went under? Yep. So here's my working theory. I think what happened is Dr. Disrespect, who had recently renewed his contract with Twitch, got a huge payday from it from Twitch. You know, with the threat of Mixer looming overhead because they had just taken Ninja, Shroud, Gathalion. He probably leveraged a fucking fatty deal from Twitch with that fear in mind of Mixer. He was probably saying things like, well, Mixer's offering a crazy amount, you know. I'm going to need you guys to come up if you want to keep me here. Eventually, they obliged because at the time, Dr. Disrespect's still the face of Twitch. And then, not long after he signs that contract, Mixer folds, thus showing Twitch that he lied about that contract. Because there's no way Mixer would have been offering that much money and then immediately folding right after. So it probably just became a big thing like, okay, now we've got a problem. Thanks to the resub Emperor. It's 100% something to do with contracts. Thanks to the resub Accident and the Prime Tweak. Why hide that info? Because it makes Twitch look weak. It makes it look like you can just bully Twitch around. That would be my guess. Is the resub smiling? Keep in mind, this is still just a game theory. I'm shooting in the dark, but I feel like all the timing kind of checks out with my theory. You still caught up on Riverdale? No, I haven't watched since like season 2. It's been a while. But I still appreciate it as a fine piece of shit. I still get like bits and pieces from when Tiana was watching it. What are you planning on doing this stream? You didn't read the title? I don't have a plan yet. Right now we're just shooting the shit, talking about everything going on. Then we'll eventually do something. I don't know what. Ooh, goddamn. Thank you for the big raid, Amaranth. Hope you had a great stream. And I was glad to see the Creator Clash went so well. It's a shame I couldn't win, but I was close. Thank you for that. Welcome. Thanks to the resub, third floor. Thank you, Ammo. Next time I absolutely win... I didn't mean to say creator class, the streamer royale, sorry. Someone had just said creator class, yeah. Next time I win streamer royale. No more fourth place. You still planning on speedrunning Poppy playtime? Yeah, I will. Might even do that later tonight. Thanks to resub ammo. And thanks. Yeah, I was tuning in. I couldn't watch the whole thing, but I got to see how we finished. I was right on the cusp. I liked our odds going into it. It's just that last one was tough for us. And thank you for the resub. I'm one episode away from catching up on Better Call Saul, the mid-season finale. I'm excited. There's a tier 1 Riley. Can we look at some ugly rich people houses? Not tonight. Like I said, we're just catching up on everything in the world, and then maybe I'll even do some speedrunning. Wubby bullied you in the finals? Yeah. Yeah. On r/UFO, a UAP filmed with good quality in slow-mo at the Miami Air and Sea Show. 3 videos from different angles. What the fuck is a UAP? Why do they keep changing it? What is a unidentified airplane? What does a UAP stand for? Unidentified aerial phenomenon. Wouldn't it be phenomena? Not phenomenon. I don't know. I didn't fucking make it. Thanks to the resub Atlas and so many piranhas. Is it legitimate? Is it a real UAP out there? They changed it from UFO because too many people think movie Alien. Yeah, but didn't they change it from UFO to something similar, like unidentified flying craft or some shit? I don't know. I don't remember. When they released the Navy footage where they were following one around. They still changed it to UAP. Gotcha. Alright, I'll take a peek. You said it's on r/UFOs. Sure, why not? My dad loves UFOs. If this looks convincing, I'm gonna send it to my dad. Ran the enhanced version of the spinning Miami UAP. What the fuck did... This? Bro, if that is an alien spacecraft, they have got to be the most dizzy species in the galaxy. Holy shit, if that's how they, like, traverse the cosmos. It's like a laundry machine. Like a washer. It looks more like a big hat being taken away by a strong gust of wind. What the fuck? I don't think that's anything. There's the prime schlong and the bits cricket. That's a frisbee in slow-mo. No, it more looks like it's something like like a septic tank or something that fell out of an airplane and they reversed the footage. So after it hit the water, they just reversed the footage and they just have it tumbling. Like that, I feel like I'm just watching something in reverse like that. Scroll down. Is there a better angle? My theory on why a super advanced extraterrestrial species might have become interested in nuclear materials in the 1940s. What? If they can visit our planet, surely they wouldn't care about nuclear materials. They would have literally cracked faster than light travel to get here. Why would they care about nuclear material? I just want to see this UAP again. So they really think this is something serious. In this case... Whoa, what? If this case is genuine, after watching the film, I'm 90% convinced that there is no other plausible explanation, and perhaps abduction's claims are also true. From this? Bro, if this is accurate, if there are tiny little aliens in there, I no longer have anything to fear from them. Because they will not even be able to... They'll be walking around like they're fucking drunk. If this is how they travel. Literally blasting against the sides of a small metallic object. They're just getting pinballed in there. Where are the other angles you said? You don't know how they work? True, I guess they could be like gyroscopic. Everything's tumbling around them, but they're perfectly still. In that case, why have everything tumble, though? Oh, even they're making fun of it. Okay, so maybe they don't actually believe it. That might be sarcasm. Thanks to the resub sniffing. I don't know. Have you made a ship faster than light? Maybe that's what we have. Maybe that is what we have. Jesus, maybe that's what we're missing. Imagine that is the case. Like, the only way to travel faster than light is to literally, like, make it a small little fucking pinball that just bounces around constantly. I didn't think it was a bird until I saw this filtered video. The white looks like wings flapping up and down to me with reverse colors due to one of the filters. I actually didn't even consider a bird. It looks metallic. It really looks like a piece of something that just fell off and got taken by wind. I think he's absolutely right though. Hold on. Looking at it again, it does look like these are wings. Yep, that might just actually be a bird. Well. Alright. Look at the top post of all time. Well, hold on, I want to... Apparently there were 3 angles of this. So I just want to see the other angles.
That was fast. Alright, let's look at it. I mean, we probably...
Smarter Every Day is such a good channel. Where are the other angles? There's another angle with a better video in the comments. Where? Thanks to the resub, carpal tunnel, and bread. Analysis here. What in the fuck is... What is this? How is this an analysis? Alright, this is too big brain for me, I think. Oh. Alright, so the majority of these are just talking about how it's likely a bird, but then there's some that are doing deep Zodiac Killer level analysis on it. I don't understand, though. Where are the other angles that you were talking about? Thanks to Subjunkinator and Luke. Top post of the week for more angles? Oh, did this not happen today? Oh, here we go, here we go. That actually looks like a ball that just gets taken up. Yeah, I don't know, maybe that's not a bird? I don't know. What a weird, goofy thing. It's a fucking beach ball. Maybe? I don't know. If this is like the speed of it though, what kind of bird can go that fast, like upwards? Thanks to Maya, I learned hawks can dive at like 300 miles per hour, so if it was going down, I'd believe it's a hawk. But this is going up, right? Thanks to the Prime, Joshy. Nerissa Fallen Angela. That could be it, Connor. It's reversed? No, nothing else is reversed in the video. Yeah, no, it's not reversed. That's what I said initially, like as a joke, but it could have been, but it's not reversed. Yeah. I don't know, that speed makes it look like it's hard to be a bird. But it could be like a small bug. That's still a possible theory. What the fuck is it? The skin of the craft? Is this a spaceship made out of spider webs? What the fuck is that? Okay, so this is clearly not the same event. That's actual cosmic entities, celestial beings. Here we go. Well, that wasn't helpful. It looks like a badminton shuttlecock. So this isn't even the same event, and it's still here.
I'm on Glenstone in Springfield, Missouri. That is a cube spinning on an axis. Flickering. It's got lights around it.
A cube?
Middle of the day.
What? I guess he can see it better than I can. Shit looks like the golden snitch. These are the smallest aliens ever. Thanks to give sub bucks.
I'm on Glenstone in Springfield, Missouri. That is a cube spinning on an axis. Flickering. It's got lights around it. In the middle of the day.
Rogue kite? That's what the comments were saying. They were saying it could be a kite. I can't tell. I don't think it's aliens, though. That would be wild if... I would love if it was aliens, though. That would be great. It's fucking balloons. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. If it was really aliens, the government would have wiped that shit off the internet. I don't really subscribe to that idea. I think if someone actually somehow had real footage of aliens, the internet would be too quick to disseminate it. I don't think they'd be able to stop it. Not today. Thanks to resub Jambo. There's probably some experiment. I don't think this is an experiment. I think this is something very simple, like a really simple explanation. I don't think it's an experiment. I don't think it's aliens. I think it's probably something very easily explained that got taken by strong winds here. Like, it very well could just literally be an empty bag of chips. Just literal trash. Yeah. Like, I mean, if we want to go like full fantasy or sci-fi here, I guess there is a multiverse out there where this is a small alien surveillance drone. I guess. Thanks to the resub, the Prime Don. Or the aliens are super tiny. Yeah, they'd either have to be like really small bug aliens, or this would have to be a drone. What's this? Is this the same thing? Oh, it's the triangles again.
It is a triangle with a red light in the middle. It is. The red light is right in the center of the triangle. That's unusual.
That is peculiar.
That is weird.
Man, they really like that triangle UFO.
Comes in Florence landing.
Thanks to the resub Zaber, and Droid, and Tristan. Explain that now. What, the triangle? Are you talking about this? Alright, let's put on our thinking caps for a moment. Why would aliens visit this planet covertly while also having 4 giant lights and a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer blinking on it? This is absolutely just a normal drone. Thanks to the resub, net. It's a Dyson sphere. Imagine. Okay, but what if it wasn't? There would be no one happier with the confirmation of a real alien visitation than me. I want these to be real. I want to make that clear. It would make me extremely happy. Since I was an actual infant, my dad has been telling me for years, aliens have visited our planet and we're gonna see them one day. I would love that. My dad and I would talk for hours about it. But I don't think the triangle or the tiny little ball bearing that gets taken into the sky here is those aliens. I guess it could be DB Cooper's spacecraft too, yeah. I guess you never really know. This is them showing us Imagine. Thanks to the gift sub, Pyro. The ball that flew in the air was a Fushigi. I mean, that's about as likely as every other explanation. Thanks to the resub, like Aeon. Top of all time. Yeah, let's take a peek. And thanks to the resub T minus. Sorry, I just saw that. And I heard about the Nier anime.
And curve down this way. Oh, here's another one right here. You see him? Flying right over our heads. Pointing it right at him. And now he's turning.
Whoa, whoa!
Yeah.
You scared him.
Yeah, it just flashed.
I'm lasering or at him.
God, they're gonna blow up our fucking planet. Stop pranking him. Thanks to the gift sub, God Gamer. And the resub, Big Bones. Stephen Greer has an app called CE5 Contact that teaches you how to perform a seance and summon UFOs. In the documentary Close Encounter of the Fifth Kind, you can supposedly see it working. I might need to learn that seance. Thanks to the resub, Anqua. Ever had a personal alien/UFO encounter? No, but if you ask that question to my dad, he's going to tell you the same story he tells everyone else anytime it gets brought up. My dad is convinced that one time he and I saw a UFO together. We were on a lake and there was a big bright light in the sky. I don't remember exactly like how bright or anything like that, but I remember it being like a big bright light in the sky. And my dad and I looked at each other and he pointed at it and I was like, yeah, I see it. And then when we looked back, it was gone. And my dad is convinced that that was legitimate aliens that were watching us. I don't think it was the sun because it was past sundown. But at this point, it's been so long that it might have just been the sun. I don't know. If I had to guess, it was probably just like an actual like plane that was moving fast and low. Because it was sundown, so you could definitely see plane lights in the sky. But it was lower than you would expect. But I'm guessing it was probably a plane. Especially since that lake was near an airport anyway. Thanks to the resub Ribo and Mega Dumb. Why do you refuse to believe the truth? I just don't think that was aliens. Like, why would the aliens fly a goddamn spotlight to our planet? Why would they come here in a giant disco ball ship that's super bright over a lake? Why would they do that? That makes no sense. Thanks to the bits slap. And the bits again. We would do a lot of mundane shit too if we invade another planet like aliens did. I just don't think so. I think if we found life on another planet, we'd first try to covertly study it. Like if we found them and they didn't know we were there, we would absolutely try our absolute utmost to not disturb them or alert them to our presence. 100%. And then we'd try and conquer them. Once we learned whether or not we were technologically advanced more than they are. Like, it wouldn't make any sense to immediately go to the planet and try and host like a rave. Like, I don't think we would fly to a distant planet, another solar system, and bring, you know, like, Deadmau5 out and the whole crew to, like, party on the planet right away. We'd, like, ease into it. And then we'd bring out, like, the fun. Thanks to the resub Eben and the Prime Pedro. Would you do a collab with an alien? Yeah, absolutely. I just think aliens... I think aliens are out there. 100%. Is Deadmau5 in the chat right now? He was here a few days ago. I don't know. That'd be great timing, though, if he was. Thanks to resub Xander. He was here when we were talking and watching Luna collapse and die. But I actually think I think aliens are out there. I don't think we'll ever actually see them, but I think if we did, they would be fucking revolting. They would be like insectoid, gross, yucky things. Like, they wouldn't be hot. Like, there wouldn't be no like big-titted goth alien babes or anything. They'd be yucky. It would just probably be bacteria or bugs. Absolutely. I definitely think it would be insectoid. It's like something real, like cockroach looking. That won't stop people from fucking them? I'm not their dad. They can do what they want. I'm just saying they would be gross. Like, I don't think they'd be cool. I mean, they'd be cool that they're out there, but they wouldn't be like... I wouldn't be like romantically like enamored with them or anything. Nah, I don't think so, Chainsaw. They probably think we're yucky. I just don't think so. Maybe I'm biased, but I don't think aliens would look at us and be like, oh, that's so gross. They have skin and hair and boobies. They'd probably be like, damn, that's fucking awesome. And then look at us. 2 fingers. And we piss out of these. Ugh. How did we get so unlucky to be cursed like this? Thanks to the resub orc and the bits zilly. To them it would be normal though. Well, only because they don't know us yet. I really think if we found a way, and this doesn't really relate to aliens, but I'll tie it back into the point. Like, if we found a way to give animals the ability to communicate, they would be so jealous of humans. They'd be like, oh my god, you guys get to take a shit in a toilet. You get to wipe your own ass. You get to play video games. Oh my god, this sucks. Then they'd get really upset. They'd be like, man, if only I was human. It'd be really depressing to be able to have, like, animals talk to us. And I feel like it'd be the same for aliens. Like, we can travel faster than light, but we're ugly. So what's the point? Thanks to the Prime, Brant. Couldn't tell you, Zilly. I have no idea. I just don't think there's any chance aliens would be hot. All aliens would be really insect-looking, 100%. I think even Stephen Hawking said the same thing. If aliens are out there, they would look like insects. I think that's the most likely thing. They would be like bacteria or insect adjacent. Why? Because that's what's most likely to survive in the other, like, climates on the other planets. Pulled that out of your ass? Nuh-uh. I'm almost positive Stephen Hawking said that. Let's see. Where would I find that? This is just giving, like, the entire history of his alien theories. I just want that one specific component. Page 2 of search results, Omega lol. It's Stephen Hawking. There's tons and tons and tons and tons of papers about him. I feel safe on page 2. Thanks to Resub Wolf, Pad, and Forbes. Nowhere, because he never said it. I definitely remember him talking about what aliens would look like. Here, how about this? Controversial Stephen Hawking predictions. Let's see. Maybe it's on this list. Why would you do this? Well, I'm not fucking subbing. This is too brief a summation. There's an entire documentary series with him where they animate to show what he thinks aliens from other planets would look like. Well, I'm not going to watch the show. I just wanted to know where he said it. Thanks to the resub, Prince. You passed it? In that article or on the search? I feel like aliens could easily go the crab lobster route. In the article? Okay, let me see. Not insect. Oh, here we go. No, that didn't work. Thanks to resub Saucy. Try appearance. Well, it says right here. So I don't think it's going to say Stephen Hawking thinks differently. Nope. Thanks the resub Vorm. I already tried Control F insect. Maybe I'm misremembering. I thought for sure he said they'd be like insect looking. I don't know what I was thinking with Stephen Hawking insect. How about alien at the end of that? Nope, nothing in here with insects. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Watch. I already know Curious Archives. Thanks to the bitch grackle. Do you believe in the Area 51 lore? Not really. Like I said, I don't think aliens have ever visited the planet or anything. I think there's a 0% chance of that. Bob Lazar. Oh, true. Bob Lazar is like the big one. He's like the main one people cite with the proof for aliens having visited us, right? For aliens being at Area 51. It's been a while since I read in on Bob Lazar. My grand aunt worked as a high-up agent in the NSA and CIA. I can tell you the accounts of aliens she told me if you want to hear one. Yeah, I don't know if I believe that, but I will say my dad, back to my dad. My dad used to know like a high-ranking military officer, and he swears and has always sworn that that guy told him that he had transported a dead alien corpse once. And to me, it just sounds like he was playing, like, lying to my dad, just playing a joke on him. But my dad, that is convinced my dad forever. Thanks to the resub Finnegan. Oh, my dad's the fucking best. That's like his only vice is believing anything alien related. Everything else, he's like super rational and everything. I mean, my dad builds cars from scratch. Like, he's like as science-y as it gets. But when it comes to aliens, my dad loves ancient aliens. He believes Pumapunku was built by aliens who loved the letter H, and that pyramids were built by aliens. It's the only thing. It's the only thing. Everything else is like super analytical and shit except aliens. And I think it all started because his friend told him he transported that alien corpse. Thanks for the huge tier 3, Neo. Thank you for that. And welcome aboard. And the resub rushed. Thanks to the resub Paolo. And the resub Ryan. What happens when AI controls the moon, though? Well, that's when we really ascend. Thanks, resub Kibbles. And J-Boy. And the Prime Hinbin. You ever had your dad on stream with you? No, we've done videos together, though. You remember my dad used to build like a lot of shit for videos sometimes. He's the one who made the automatic ass wiper. He also built a motorcycle from scratch. He's been in videos. I've shown him. And he's a big sim racer now. Yeah, he also made the Moby Huge go-kart. Into the bits, Mac. Yeah, apparently there's a lot of those stories, Mac. Thanks the gift sub, J-Boy. You said you'd show us some of his races? Yeah, I want to. It's just I got COVID, so I haven't been able to go over there for like the last 2 weeks. What was the other thing you were talking about before the pyramids? People always, like, raise question marks when I bring this up. I thought this was really well known. It's called Pumapunku. Pumapunku is kind of a pretty interesting place. There's like these really precisely cut stones, and a lot of them are of the letter H. And they date back a long, long time. There's a resub Monotone. And the resub Panic. And Cephalopod. Isn't that an N? Well, this isn't all the pictures. Pumapunku's kind of... Well, it's not big, but there's kind of a lot going on with it. So, like, here's all the H's. So they stacked, like, a ton of H's around each other and made, like, entire walkways of H's. Yeah, but wasn't an H just a shape to them? Well, yeah, I'm not going around saying these were like big fans of the fucking 8th letter of the alphabet or anything. Like it's just an H. Like this is just how they thought it would look cool, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it does look cool. It does. I think Pumapunku is really cool. I just don't think aliens made it. This would make no sense. Why would aliens make a fucking H graveyard? And I'm pretty sure it was even debunked at some point, and they figured out how they actually made it. Though, admittedly, the cuts on these things are wild. These pictures don't do it justice, but I myself watched the documentary on Pumapunku and the debunking of it. The cuts on them are crazy, what primitive men were able to do. Like, they're extremely smooth, and they're, like, within, I think, like, centimeters. Like, they're all identical within centimeters. Looks manufactured. Yeah, I know. That's what makes it very interesting. Thanks to the 5 gift sub Brumsy and the resub Anthony. Where's Pumapunku at? I don't remember. It's somewhere in South America. I don't remember where. Thanks to the resub Bits. It's in Bolivia. Couldn't they just make these with concrete? Bro, these were made in like 800 BC. What do you mean? They weren't exactly mixing concrete. Thanks for the 5 gift subs again, Brumsy. Appreciate it. The Romans had it? I'm pretty sure this predates the Romans. I don't remember exactly when Pumapunku is dated, but I am pretty sure this predates everything the Romans were doing. It's old as fuck. Thanks for the 5 gift subs, Green Tea. Thank you for that. And the resub, Varuk. Have you heard of the Cheese Caves? Vaguely. Thanks for the resub, Keylog. They had cement in 800 BC, but that's clearly stone carved. Well, it is. I mean, these are stone carved. I didn't know they had cement in 800 BC. It was 6th century. Oh, do you see it somewhere on here? I wasn't looking. Oh yeah, Pumapunku 6th century T-shaped and strategically aligned man-made terrace. Okay, so it doesn't predate the Romans, but it's still old as shit. Thanks for the 5. Goddamn, Brumsy, thanks again. And thanks to the resub maniac. Here's just some cool rocks they found. No, they're not found. I think they're I don't remember what... It's been so many years. I don't remember how they debunked it, but they were definitely cast. If I remember correctly, on Pumapunku, like in the site, there is an H mold. So I think the leading theory was they somehow were able to cast it using primitive tools. I don't remember exactly. It's been so fucking long. It's been so many years since I really dove into Pumapunku. Thanks to Tier 1 Phantasma. And the bits, Alex. And thanks to the gift sub, Mike. I know, I saw their phone number. That's such a wild number. Look further in the top of all time. We went pretty far down. I don't think we missed anything. Holy shit. It's an entire fleet moving in. It's like that scene out of Men in Black when that tiny little alien guy's entire army starts moving in on the planet. And they give us a deadline to get Orion's belt. Thanks to the gift sub, Brendan. And the 5 gift subs again, Brumsy. Jesus, man, thank you. Thanks to Prime Shy Cronus. Surely there's someone in here that had an alien experience. I'm curious, does anyone have like an experience they believe was truly like an extraterrestrial moment? A close encounter with the 4th kind, 3rd kind, whatever the fuck they are? I saw Santa when I was 6. Thanks to the gift sub, Bex. I always am interested to get like an anecdotal piece of evidence, just for the sake of it. There's never anything concrete, and I've come to accept that. I'd love to see, like, evidence of the paranormal or of aliens, but I know there's nothing real for them. But I still at least like to hear the anecdotes. Yeah, a lot of it gets chalked up to sleep paralysis. What? Aliens played canasta with my grandma, then pushed her down the stairs. Man, what assholes. They came all this way to play some board games and then fucked your granny up? Man, I hope they don't come back. Thanks for the bits, Mike. And the Prime, Fiona. Hey, hey.
Thought we'd come up and say hi.
And you brought the little alien.
Yes. They freshly washed booty, so don't worry.
Good.
What's you up to?
I'm just looking at alien shit.
That's fun. You should pick it up so they can see.
Say hi. I'm so cute.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to bed in a minute here.
Okay.
We just had a butt bath, so.
That's good.
After a nice poopy.
Very good. Thanks for the resub, Echo.
No, Kitty doesn't have a name yet.
Not yet. Still don't even know what gender the cat is.
Ruben thinks female, which, I mean, that's...
Oh, it's reading the chat. Oh, it doesn't like this little plastic thing. Well, it's kind of sharp.
Startled it. No, it just because the feet slid.
Thanks to 10 gift subs, Brumsy. Thank you for the generosity.
Yeah, when I'm on my phone, like if I'm scrolling or if it's just something's moving on my screen, she just goes crazy for it.
She's getting a little close to the edge. Thanks to the resub, Bardic.
She's like, why am I sitting here?
Yeah, it's super sweet. Thanks a bit story. No, I don't know about Morb. Tiana, did you see Morbius with me?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you told me to go alone. I thought so.
That was because I was out of town.
Yeah, that's right. I thought I saw it alone.
Come in, stretch back. Stretch back. This is why.
Thanks to resub, Bryce. And the resub, Winter.
I suggested Tricks. Charlie laughed.
Yeah, it's not really the name for a cat. It's just like the rabbit. It's a cereal.
That's the cereal. The rabbit has a different name, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's Tricks Rabbit. Silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids.
Yeah, Tricks. The cereal is for kids, not rabbit.
But the rabbit's name is Tricks. Is it? Yeah, it is. It's Tricks Rabbit. His name is Tricks Rabbit. Name it UAP. Nah. Thanks a Prime, Smokey. Once we know its gender, it'll be better.
He's watching the chat up on that monitor.
Yeah.
He's just watching it go by.
No, it isn't. It absolutely is. Here, why don't I just look it up? We can figure it out right now. The Tricks Rabbit, also known as Silly Rabbit or Tricks, voiced by... Oh, here. I'll put it on the screen. Yeah. His name's Tricks.
Fuck. Actually, it's Silly Rabbit or Tricks. Not Tricks.
See? Told you.
What is this?
I don't know.
thought he'd have a different name.
Nope. It's named after him. Thank you for Jesus, thank you for the 20 gift subs, Eggy Bread Bun. Thank you for that, Nerissa Brinbin. Name him the Adjudicator. It's not an Elden Ring boss, bro. Jesus. Really appreciate the generosity, Eggy. Thank you.
I mean, my other name idea was Jinx, but I don't know if that would fit.
Nah.
I think Jinx would be more of like a gray kitty.
I think it's a tier 1 Aqua.
I literally just washed its butt.
Well, no, I just moved. Thanks for 5 gift subs, Brumsy again. Name it Big Boy. That would be a pretty cool name. Thanks to the Bits Nest. Just biting the keys.
It's confused with the lights.
Yeah. Let us see here. And she's just playing a little type racer. What are your suggestions? Don't really have any yet.
It's hard to think of a gender neutral specific name. Just because since we don't have like 100% on gender. It's something that we think of just either sounds either too feminine or too masculine, so we don't know, so.
Don't bite that, don't bite that. Don't bite that.
I mean, if it is a hermaphrodite, then obviously that's a different story. Then we work on it further, but... It's very confused.
Yeah, the chat's moving fast and it's making it very curious.
Up a little. Move your fingers.
I'm trying.
Why don't you just change it? How do I do? Full. How do you get it so it's just the camera? That.
Nice. Hermaphrodite is an outdated term. What do they call like a cat that's born with both genitals? Because I haven't heard that term in a long time either.
Intersex.
Intersex. Got it.
I feel like I have never heard anybody in the vet med field call it intersex. So.
Yeah, they still can't tell us. It's 50-50 on male or female. A lot of vets looked at it and still don't know for sure.
Everyone seems to so far like be leaning more towards female, but that's mostly just because calico. And truthfully, I think the bigger that it gets, it looks more like a vulva versus a prepuce. But we won't know.
Name it Saul Goodman. That's a pretty cool name. I do like Saul Goodman. Go back there.
Why don't you do a DNA testing kit for it? We've got 3 to 5 weeks yet on the results for that. So. It's funny, dog DNA tests,
Hey,
they take about 3 weeks. The cat one's 4 to 6. So.
Does it drink G Fuel? No, but I bet it could.
We're gonna have to really work on her with the cords.
Is she biting cords right now? Don't do
Yeah. No, I mean, you literally just saw her. And this.
Yeah, she likes that cord. No, I'm probably not gonna play Weed Shop tonight. Can it talk? No, not yet. Animals are kind of cringe. They don't even like speak English.
She meows.
Well, yeah,
Screams at me.
they can make noise, but it doesn't speak fluent. Thanks the resub, June.
I don't know how much they like fucked up with getting blood on this back leg, but she's just so sensitive to her back feet being touched even now.
Mm.
And the leg was bruised.
Yeah. Well, she's small.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Thanks the 5 gives. Subs again, Brumsy.
But like, it's funny because like even the front leg, she doesn't care about like where the
low.
catheter was. She doesn't care about this one.
Mm.
But this, I mean, she's getting better about it because I've been working with her all day on it.
Nice. Hello.
She says, "Get off my feet. Get off my feet."
Thanks the resub, Mo.
Doesn't really fit in my hand anymore to sleep.
Yeah, it's getting bigger.
Yeah, it makes me so sad though. He literally just fit in my one hand.
I know.
No, that's just his whole belly.
Thanks the resub, Lancer.
I'm a vet tech. Her tail is going.
Why is she still so small? I don't know.
She's about half the size she's supposed to be. She's, from what we gathered, the runt, but also her congenital defect was not helping with growth. From what I've seen, that can stunt growth as well. But both the siblings were smaller than they were supposed to have been at their ages as well, but not this small. Almost 8 weeks and hasn't even fully hit 1 pound yet.
Getting close.
Usually by 8 weeks, they're like 2 to 3 pounds.
Are you gonna be naming an event like Lud? No, I don't know. Doing a naming. Lud did a naming event for his cat.
What does
I'm not
that
sure
mean?
yet. Like he did marbles in his chat, picked names.
Oh, so they just had random names?
Mm-hmm. And there was like a competition.
And what was the name?
It ended up being Coots, I think. I think Coots won.
That's an interesting name.
Mm-hmm. Thanks to the Bits Whizzle.
Male calico is not impossible. It's just very rare.
Thanks to the resub.
And they typically come with health issues. You're queen in your belly. Queen in the belly.
What does he eat? Just cat food. What the fuck do you... I don't know. It's just cat food. Nothing crazy.
It's been a mix the past week or so of GI food and Royal Canin Mother Baby Kitten.
Oh, don't do that.
Just because of the diarrhea. But we also want the stool to stay soft right now. So.
Could name it Glup Shitto. What do you think of that?
That's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard.
It's from Star Wars.
It's
a beloved character.
That is, no.
We'll put it on ice. Thanks to the resub Beast. Jar Jar would be cool.
No.
Oh, you're just not a Star Wars fan.
No.
If you saw Glupshido, you'd probably like him.
I still don't like the name.
He's like the Morbius of Star Wars.
I also suggested Haru. Charlie said no to that.
Yeah, that's a little too weeby. He's a prime Zaith.
Well, I'd actually said Haruhi from Oron High School Host Club. But, and I said we could do Haru. Was it still cute? He said no.
Thanks, Risa Baltorb. It'll be easier once we know what the gender of the cat is, I think.
I think give it about a week. Ah! You know better. You know better. Yeah, you haven't attacked my nose in like 5 days. So you know better.
How do the dogs do with it? They do well. The dogs like the cat.
Cat likes the dogs. Makeda. Kata's like, I want your attention, Mom, please. Hey, sweet girl.
Name it Automatic Side Loader. That's a good name.
The kitten is purring, by the way, this whole time. Since Kata came near it. It's a little love story with them.
These are 5 gift subs, Brumsy. Thanks, Brumsy.
See? Come here. Deju, come on. Come on, you come say hi. You come say hi with camera.
Maka. Oh, Marka.
Kira, wait.
She's not gonna let it ride. Next to resub.
She's like, what the fuck?
Resley. DB Cooper's a cool name. What do you think about DB Cooper?
Oh, your parents' dog is Cooper.
Oh, true. Yeah, but DB Cooper is a mysterious criminal.
No.
Thanks to 2 gift subs, Cheesecake.
You're still not liking Ignis?
No, I don't think so. Thanks to the Bits Biscuit. Grin Maju. That's a cool one. Thanks to the Prime Photo and the Bits Harvey.
Yeah, messed your cards up a little.
Hmm?
Your cards at the edge.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, we'll figure out a name, and it'll work well. I mean, now that it's showing more personality, too, it'll be a little easier. So.
Thanks to resub Elgato.
Get it? Cat?
Yeah. I noticed.
They just put the kitten in the closet.
They're in the closet. Name it Ford F-150. That's not bad. There's a gift sub, or the Bits Biscuit and the resub Spirit. One quick text message.
Lady, that'll have Kitten take over screen.
I still think DB Cooper's pretty good, or Glup Shido.
You have the worst taste in names.
You'll warm up to Glup Shido. Thanks to the resub, Jed.
Alright, I'm gonna go to bed.
Alright, sleep well.
Give it a kiss.
Oh, Jesus. I guess he gave it a kiss. He hit me with his head.
Hold it. So chat can see you holding a cat.
Well, I've held the cat a lot. It doesn't want to
You
be
held
held.
it on a blanket. Well, that's funny because
She wants to go down and play.
when I hold her, she stays still for a little bit for me.
Well, she wants to play.
Well, I get that. And she's gonna play for a while. My other thought was Haku from Spirited Away. I may say Spirited Away, but
Thanks to the resub, Croc.
that's kind of if it's a boy. And I didn't think you'd go for that one either.
Yeah.
And we could do the full name, Kohaku.
It's very weeby.
I mean, to be fair, I liked Spirited Away before it was a weeb, so...
Spirited Away is good. It is a good movie. I think we still just need to wait to know the gender for sure.
Yeah. I mean, something will come to us. I've had better ideas
Thanks to resub, Luna.
in the past 2 days or so. We'll find something that fits. Just like Kata stemmed from avocado. We'll figure something.
That's true.
Alright, you ready to go downstairs and play while I go brush my teeth and get ready for bed? Tire yourself out so you sleep.
Thanks for resub, Mystic.
Yeah. Okay. Say goodbye to kittens.
My cat. Sleep well.
Say bye to chats. Say bye, chats.
Thanks for resubmit. I already said that. And thanks for the gift sub, Hoff.
Bye byes. Bye byes. Bye byes.
Yeah, Deftones slaps. I just spit all over myself. Thanks to the Bits Biscuit. Most anticipated movie this summer? I don't know what comes out this summer. Hold on. Give me 1 sec though. Alright, I'm back. Thanks to the Prime. Keith, Bits Cricket. Oh, Jesus. David of 25 gift subs, Biscuits and Tea. Thank you, Biscuits. Thank you for the generosity. Thank you for the big drop. And the resub Vato. And the Prime Builder. Have you seen the trailer for Nope? No, I haven't seen it. Has it come out? I know it's a Jordan Peele movie. I just didn't know if the trailer came out. Thanks for resub, Page. It's been out for months. Has it really? Easy tier 1 clarified and the resub Stu. Let me see. Maybe I've seen it and I just don't remember it. I don't think I have though. I like Jordan Peele's work. I feel like I'd remember this. Does it look good? I feel like I haven't heard too much about it. Thanks to the bits, Jed. Ooh, mixed reviews. Now, let me take a peek.
Did you know that the very first assembly of photographs to create a motion
Thanks to the
picture was a
Prime
2-second
Sin,
clip of a black
or the
man on a
resub Sin.
horse? And that man is my great-great-grandfather.
Great.
There's another great-grandfather. But that's why back at the Haywood Ranch, as the only black-owned horse trainers in Hollywood, we like to say since the moment pitchers could move, yeah, skin in the game.
Yeah, I haven't seen this trailer. I knew he was coming out with a new movie. I just didn't know they actually released the trailer. Thanks for your sub, Potty. What's the genre? Horror. He had a three movie deal for horror movies. This came out during the Super Bowl. Huh?
What's a bad miracle? They got a word for that.
Yeah, nah.
Seems a lot more supernatural. Though I guess Us had a lot of supernatural elements too, to be fair. Oh, this is actually about aliens. Well, that fits right in line with what we've been talking about for like the last hour and a half. Nice. Yeah, I'm sure it'll probably be good. Get Out's his best work so far. Us was fine, but it wasn't as good as Get Out. And that looked fine. It'll probably be good. Another 5 gift subs, thank you. Appreciate it, Brumsy. And the gift sub, Edgar. Nope stands for not of planet Earth. Nice. Us had such a broken plot. It wasn't really a broken plot. It just wasn't as strong as Get Out. I don't think there was anything inherently broken about it. Thanks the bits, Jed. He said it's not about aliens and no one has guessed it correctly. Until right now. It's about ghosts. Storm ghosts. It's about God rapturing people. Well, that's probably a lot more likely. You see the Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer? Well, yeah, man, I'm watching the show. Yeah. Thanks, resub quacked. Have I watched Severance? No, that's the Apple TV exclusive, right? I've heard good things, I just haven't watched it. Ben Stiller directed it. What? Really? I haven't heard his name in a long time. Ben Stiller's an amazing director. Yeah, he's pretty good. He directed Tropic Thunder and directed, I'm blanking on the one that came right after Tropic Thunder. But yeah, he's pretty good. He's talented. Thanks to the 5 gift subs, Brumsy. Appreciate it, man. You've been super generous tonight, Brumsy. Thank you for that. You excited for God of War Ragnarok? Yeah, absolutely. How come you didn't watch Momocon? Your player Light won the tournament. Where were you? We watched all of it. Well, day 3, top 8. We watched all of top 8. I didn't watch up to top 8 though, because they crammed a ton of games all into one day, and I just wasn't around for most of the day for it. I watched on my phone though. Thanks for resub, Lawrence. But I streamed all of top 8, and then streamed all of top 8 for Hotashi's run. I sleep well, ready. Five Nights at Freddy's sucks ass. Don't know where that came from, but I agree. I'm not a big Five Nights at Freddy's fan. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach announced a new DLC expansion for free. Nice. Thanks to the gift sub, Jamaica. So Security Breach is the one that just came out, right? That was the one we speedran a little too, alright? Thought so. Yeah, that was, well, it wasn't good. Will you be playing The Quarry when it comes out on June 10th? Yep, Jackson and I play all of those games together. For those that don't know, The Quarry is the new Dark Pictures game, right? Yep. We will be playing it. This is not part of Dark Pictures? What? What's it part of? Oh, this is the Until Dawn game. The Until Dawn studio, isn't it? You're right. Even still, we play all of these type of games together. So yeah. I love doing these games with Jackson.
I just want to get you guys safely out of Dodge before the sun goes down. Damn it! I thought I told you kids to check everything.
Look, it's not that big of a deal, okay? We'll just spend one more night here.
No! No! Just stop. Let me think. Okay.
Is that Dewey? Yeah, so Until Dawn had like Ashley, or not Ashley Tisdale, Hayden Panettiere, and I think it even had Rami. So they use real actors.
What if we're out partying tonight, out in the woods, and we end up in a most dangerous game situation? like when people hunt other people?
Yeah, I mean, think about it. It's camp is over and hunting season has just begun.
I did see a weird light in the treehouse across the lake. That was pretty spooky. Maybe it's your girlfriend, Ryan.
The heck of heck, it's Corey.
Did you hear that?
This looks like it'll be a lot of fun. No multiplayer at launch, I don't think. No, there absolutely will be.
You got anything better? I mean, like
These games are built on that.
aliens, time-hopping Draculas.
Ryan?
Hey! Run! Anything to happen, please! We ain't playing games no more, little girl.
There's something coming!
Hey, this really feels a lot like Until Dawn. Oh, Jesus. Thank you, the 50 gift subs, 8. Good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well. Jesus Christ.
Anyway, maybe just ease up on the ghost stories.
Sorry.
Just stick to Kumbaya next time, okay?
Thank you for that. I hope you've had a good week.
You guys don't do Kumbaya anymore?
He's a prime Uper. Thank you, tier 1 Joseph.
Hello, my friend.
Was there co-op in this because Until Dawn didn't? What? I distinctly remember playing co-op. Well, I guess I played couch co-op. Because I distinctly remember playing with my friends. Jesus Christ, Abe, what the fuck? Thank you. Oh my god, thank you, man. Thank you, Abe. And the tier 1 bunny. Welcome aboard. The Corey's online multiplayer mode has been delayed. That's the worst news I've heard in so long. Why? Why? Just... That's so dumb. So stupid. Made the difficult decision to delay the multiplayer experience to deliver the best possible experience to you. It's not a long wait though. Online multiplayer will be added via an update on July 8th, so about a month later. Then just move the game. Why deliver an incomplete game? The whole reason I'm fucking playing it is to play with my friend. It is shocking. Even like AA games can't even make their goddamn release their release dates. Jesus. There's a bit Sora. Resub jigs. It has local. Bro, Jackson lives in Australia. We can't play local co-op. Thanks to resub Choopy and Alto. It's just a month. It's not horrible. Yeah, but there's no reason for me to play it through myself and then go back and play it with Jackson. I don't know many people in the world that are be like, wow, I love the Corey so much, I can't wait to play through it again multiplayer with my friend. Things resub distorted. They're just one-off story games. Just play it in a month. Yeah, I guess. But then everyone's already gonna know everything that's happening. Like, we did, Ashes of, what was it? Dirty Ashes or whatever the recent one was for Dark Pictures. Day it came out. Everyone was, you know, excited to see what happens next and see where it goes. We wait a month, everyone already knows. It's not as fun. They have Steam Remote Play that lets you play local multiplayer games remotely. Yeah, but last time we tried that, and Jackson and I have tried that before, you remember with Lego Star Wars? He was on like an actual 3-second delay of in-game time. So he would be reacting to things like 3 seconds late. You keep saying Parsec, but I don't think Parsec fixes that problem either. I've used Parsec before when we were hosting Smash tournaments. I mean, it was entertaining watching Jackson be so behind on, like, children's puzzles where you just match a shape to another shape, but because he was on so much lag, he'd, like, run out of time or get it wrong. That was fun, but this whole game, these whole series are based on QTEs, like QuickTime events. He would never get a single one, ever. It would just be a constant cascade of failure, which I guess would be entertaining to a certain level, but it would also just make it hard to actually play. You guys never get the QTEs anyway? That's not true. I fuck up the QTEs every time. I just focus too much on the story, and then when they pop up, I panic and get it wrong. Steam Remote Play. That's what we were just talking about. There's a massive delay on it. I actually need to tell Jackson that the multiplayer got delayed. We were just talking about this yesterday. Okay. Oh. You see your favorite Martian is back June 1st. Nah, but Ray William Johnson been kind of crushing it on those YouTube shorts. So I'm not surprised he's dusting it off. He's good on TikTok as well. Well, yeah, it's the same content. He posts on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. So he gets to get in there with it. Hold on, another quick text. Okay. What's the Summer Game Fest? Did you hear Funko Pop canceled their Morbius figure? Wow, that's fucked up. Thanks to the resub, Gropchin. It's Jeff Keighley's digital only online event. That's where they showed Elden Ring last year. Oh, nice. Well, that sounds fun. Sure, we'll probably watch it. When is that? The Summer Games thing? I have no idea. It's June 10th. June 9th. So June 9th or 10th. You like the band Paramore? Paramore's timeless. They still slap. I still like Paramore. Quick text again. Has anyone even seen the Morbius movie? Yep. It's very popular. Yeah, The Boys comes back in 4 days. I'm pretty excited. The OTK Games Expo is June 8th, and last I heard, Asmon encouraged restreaming it. I am actually pretty hyped for the OTK Game Expo. I don't exactly know everything that's going to happen with that, but it seems like such a cool concept. I didn't know it was so close. I thought it was further. That's fun. What's going on with Godslap? Issue 1 goes up Thursday. I showed you the covers. We were going to do it tomorrow, but unfortunately there was one holdup we had to iron out, and we got it sorted, so it'll be Thursday it all goes up. Yeah, I'm really excited to finally get it all out there. Issue 2 is also ready, but we're going to wait a month or two to put that out. Don't you have a band? I'm in a band. It's Troy and I. Troy does all of the music stuff. I am not musically gifted. I come up with some like melodies and lyrics, and Troy does all of the actual hard stuff. So I'd say I'm in Troy's band, basically. The Gentlemen. No, Godslap will have a digital download as well. Here's the covers. How do I... There we go. Just in case anyone didn't see them. It goes up on Thursday for issue 1. Invincible Season 2 has been confirmed to come out this year, right? Thanks to Prime Baby and the resub Tactful. And the resub APOC. Who's the illustrator? Ricardo Jamie. But these are two variants from two different artists. So this is Vampire Tranel and this is Vincenzo Riccardi. And this is Ricardo Jamie's. Are they limited time only covers? Well, these are limited because they're variants. This one isn't. And the digital obviously isn't either. You can get these two posters though, unlimited, if they run out. It hasn't been officially confirmed when fans can expect Invincible Season 2, but likely to arrive in the second half of 2022. No, so it's not official. Can't wait for the Godslap NFTs. Oh man, that'd be nuts. That'd be huge. What's your opinion on the game Marauders? I haven't played it. Will the comic be in UK? Translated to British? What do you mean, will it be in UK? I mean, you can buy it from the UK, yeah, it'll ship internationally. But it's only in standard English at the moment. We've been working on Godslap for just about 2.5 years now, I think. I think it'd be right in that ballpark. The biggest holdup has just been the shipping. Because when we did the prologue, shipping was a fucking nightmare. Everything went wrong with it, so we spent like 6 months getting all of that ironed out to be as efficient as possible. Where can I pick up Godslap? It's not out yet. Thursday. Thursday these go up. Charlie, your shipping still sucks. Well, we don't ship it ourselves anymore. Now we actually have everything in line so it ships efficiently. What are you talking about? Yeah, when we did the prologue, it was a fucking disaster. We used a fulfillment center that absolutely did not know what they were doing. And it just didn't work. It's not like we were shipping them out of my garage. Shipping is fucked for everything. Yeah, but that's not really a good excuse. COVID completely, like, stun-locked shipping for a little while, but it's still no excuse for things taking, like, 3 months to go through. So, we ironed it all out. USPS is still massively fucked up in marking packages delivered that aren't even barely in the shipping bay. Yeah. It's been rough. Will Killer Bean be in Godslap? You never know who might show up. Yeah, we have an animation for Godslap. I'm releasing that on Thursday as well. It's from the same studio that did Skynet. It's just a little teaser. So it adapts the first like 15-ish pages into an anime-ish style. Is Glup Shido in Godslap? Not yet, but you never know when Glup Shido might come in. How long? 40 pages. So issue 1's 40, and issue 2 I think is also 40. Issue 2 is either 40 or 41. Who wrote it? Me, Jackson, Matt, Danny, and Matt's sister Steph, who's written for a lot of DC comics as well as a lot of her own original IP. Comic style or manga? We blended both, so it's black, white, and blood. So everything's in black and white except for blood. So just a fun little style. Thanks to the resub, J Money. Was it like Sin City style? No, it's actually called Black, White, and Blood. I think Wolverine did it many years ago. But it's not really like Sin City. Sleep well, Bacon. Why not display the black, white, and blood on screen? I mean, I forgot I framed them. I haven't been able to go to the warehouse to actually pick up the issue 1s that we have, so I can't show them. I'm going to pick them up tomorrow, though, so I can show it on stream tomorrow. When's it coming out? Thursday. It's called Red, Black, and Blood. No, last I heard it was called Black, White, and Blood. That's what they called the Wolverine one, at least. Still a shipping issue? Shouldn't be. We spent 6 months getting that all fixed. 6 painstaking fucking months. the warehouse fully done now? Yep. I'll do a tour at some point. What's the cover you're blocking on the left side? Oh, it's blocking Darius. Yep, there'll be digital copies. So it's not gonna like run out or anything. There'll be digital copies. And we have all inventory, so it's again, we did I will never be doing pre-order shit again. That shit just does not work in the current climate of shipping. So it's not like pre-order or anything, it's all in inventory. So when you order, it'll just start the shipping process. Everything that went wrong with everything in the past with shipping, we have worked hard to get rid of and fix. Anyone in chat remember the game Afro Samurai? That game is so underrated. That game was so fun. Did you watch the Afro Samurai anime? The anime is so good. Yeah. Afro Samurai is just a great property, honestly. Can I pre-order? No, man. It just comes out on Thursday. Do you care if hypothetically I pirate Godslap? I mean, we're not fucking idiots. We know doing a digital download's gonna lead to piracy. It just comes with the turf, man. Pay for it if you can. If you can't, it is what it is. I'm not gonna come in there with the belt or something. NA only, right? Nope. International. How much will it cost? I actually don't remember what we're doing the variant for. I have to check tomorrow. Because I remember we changed it. I know the digital download, I think we're doing that for like 3. Then like this one's 5. I can't remember what the variants are. I'll have to double check tomorrow. I haven't been able to go to the warehouse in the last 2.5 weeks because of COVID, so I haven't been able to check in. No, $3. $3, not 300. Like $3, and then $5, not 100. It was again. I don't remember exactly. It was. I know this was 5. I'm pretty sure this is 5. We just did basically what all the other comic prices are, except for other comics you get like 24 pages. Here it's 40. And the digital download I think was 3. Again, don't remember, but it's something in that ballpark. Thanks the resub Pope. Has the band Godsmack given you any gruff about the name? It's not even close to Godsmack, but initially when we came up with this, we called it God Hand, and I didn't remember that there's already a game called God Hand, so we had to pivot the name, like halfway through making issue 1. Yeah, and I also hadn't started reading Berserk either, so I didn't know that it was the God Hand in Berserk either. He's the Prime Cavern. Yeah, I still want to play through God Hand. It looks fun. It's from Clover too, so I know it's gonna be really good. Thanks the Primes a lot. And the Prime Cosmo. Slap's very close to Smack. They're describing the same action. Yeah, but it's not the same. And we're not a band. I don't think it'll be an issue. At least I hope it wouldn't be. It has nothing to do with anything Godsmack's ever done. But I guess we'll see. If we have to go to court and go against Godsmack to let it ride, I guess. I think they give sub Cosmo. Hold on, another quick text. Does Godslap delve into the existential psyche of the human condition? As it relates to getting your ass beat, yeah. But I mean, look at the covers. You get like a pretty decent idea of like the focal point, which is just the wacky action. But yeah, I mean, we can get real philosophical with it. Thanks to the resub maze. Thanks to the gift sub Pope. This is going to be in comic stores, like brick and mortar stores. Probably not issue 1. Is the black and green guy a character or just a dope cover? No, bro, it's a character. Why would we just have a random guy on there? I saw this guy on Google Images. I thought he was fucking cool. He's a character. It's Glup Shitto. Yeah, I just stole Star Wars fan art. Will Moist Esports ever have a Valorant team? That's the next major one we're really trying to get in. It's just a really expensive one is all. Who draws the comics? Ricardo Jamie's the main artist. Well, I mean the only artist behind the Godslap. The other ones are variant cover artists that we commission. Does Moist Rocket League have a game soon? 2 weeks. Next Moist Rocket League game is 2 weeks. Hey, Rise. And there's one of our players. What's going on, man? Are you streaming tonight? Will there be a Rocket League Moist Esports skin soon? I'm told somewhere around October. It's 6 a.m. Oh, true. Fucking true. I keep forgetting. You're on a wacky time zone. Thanks the Prime Sick Wicked. Alright, I actually think I'm going to call it an early night. I was up till like 4 last night finishing Stranger Things. Alright, tomorrow we'll probably do some weed shop or something. But yeah, I'm going to bed for now. I'm getting tired. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. To everyone who donated, big thank you. New subs, welcome aboard. The sub means a lot, so thanks for subbing. I appreciate the generosity, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Let's see, who's streaming? I don't think I've tossed you to Scoots in a while. I'll throw you over there tonight. Alright, see you tomorrow, everyone. Thanks again.